good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News with me, Abrar Abid, coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst Christmas Centre at the Echelon Square here in Colombo. Now, before we go into our stories in detail, let's take a look at our headlines. The Executive Committee of the United People's Freedom Alliance convenes under the auspices of the President. Finance Minister says the 2019 budget will be presented by the end of January. Sarath Fonseca speaks about the ministerial position. In our lead story, the Executive Committee of the United People's Freedom Alliance met with the President this morning. According to our correspondent, the meeting that was held at the President's official residence lasted about an hour.
The final Executive Committee meeting of the United People's Freedom Alliance was held today. We decided to meet again in January. We usually meet every 3 months, but considering the future political situation in the country, we decided to meet every month. We are also hoping to hold discussions to further strengthen the UPFA.
Did everyone attend the meeting today?
Everyone in the Executive Committee attended today.
Does it mean they are trying to join the alliance because there is no flower bud party?
No, it's not about the Flower Bud Party. There is another group, those who represent the alliance. Susil Prema Janta, Honorable Priyadarshana Yapa and everyone else attended the meeting. No, he didn't. He is not a part of the UPFA Executive Committee, so he did not attend.
Now, in our weather update, the Met Department states that areas in the north, including Kilinochchi, continue to receive heavy rains. According to the Met Department, a rainfall of 95.7 millimeters was reported in Trincomalee during the past 24 hours, the highest in the north. Vavuniya received a rainfall of 16.2 millimeters, while Batticaloa received a rainfall of 7.2 millimeters. The Disaster Management Centre announced 54,819 people were affected by floods across 5 districts in the north of the country. Assistant Director of the DMC, Pradeep Kodipli, said 11,299 people have been housed across 39 relief camps. The DMC said the 3 armed forces are coordinating the relief efforts in the respective areas. Now, attending an event in Nupe Matara, Minister Mangala Samaraweera expressed the following views.
We couldn't present the budget on the 5th of November, but we are ready to present the 2019 budget to Parliament by the end of January and get it approved by the end of February. The first cabinet paper of the so-called Finance Minister of Mahinda Rajapaksa was to abolish the Gampe Relay program, but Prime Minister has already informed district secretaries to continue their work at least until we convene the cabinet on the 2nd. We will also provide funds of 300 million to every electorate from the 1st of January.
Now, former Minister Field Marshal Sarath expressed these views following an event in Kelaniya yesterday.
The second subsection of section number 43 of the Constitution clearly says that the ministers can only be appointed with the recommendation of the Prime Minister. The President can neither appoint nor remove ministers. So we have given our names with the Prime Minister's recommendations. The President then has to appoint us. And if that doesn't happen, we will take it to Supreme Courts.
Now, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Arjuna Ranathunga participated in a cricket tournament in Elvapitiya, Veyangure yesterday.
I think this is a bigger ministry when compared to the ministry I had. I am focusing more on the bus and train services. We will hold discussions next week to see if we can reduce the bus charges as we have reduced the fuel prices. We will create a system very soon.
පෙට්‍රල් මිල අඩු කරිය මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මහත්තයා පෙට්‍රල් මිල අඩු කරා දෙපාරක් ඒකේ මේ ලැජ්ජාව වහගන්න කියලා කතාවක්
අපි කරන්නේ
No, we are reducing according to the price formula. If Mahinda Rajapaksa had reduced according to the formula, he could have reduced the prices more. I am not interested in the prices reduced by other people. But we as a government decided to reduce the prices after considering the low prices in the global market. We are trying to reduce the problems and move forward.
අඩු කරගෙන ප්‍රශ්න නැති කරගෙන රට ඉස්සරහට ගෙනියන්න.
Now, Minister of Tourism Development, Wildlife and Christian Religious Affairs, John Amaratunga, attended an event to distribute school items for the low-income families in Mabola.
Yes, I have told the elephants not to fight again.
මෙහෙමනේ අලි සංඛ්‍යාව මේ රටේ වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. එකක්.
Now the number of elephants in the country have risen. The people have taken lands to settle. That is why this has become a big problem. We have proposed a program to conserve reserves in the country. If it processes fast, the elephants will not encroach human settlements.
අලි එන එකක් නැහැ. ජනතාව පදිංචි වෙලා ඉන්න ස්ථානවල.
Yesterday, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa visited the Belangvela Raja Mahavihara. Religious observances organized to celebrate the 80th birthday of the Viharadipati of the Belangvela Raja Mahavihara, Venerable Belangvela Dharmaratna Nayaka. MP Gamini Lokuge and other officials attended the event. The Newsfirst Splash Shopping Festival in Kandy was held for the 4th consecutive day at the Kandy City Centre. The Splash Shopping Festival began on the 21st and will go on till the 26th of this month from 9 in the morning to 9 at night. You can drop by at the KCC and purchase gifts, clothes and all necessities for your house in this festive season. There will also be a musical show starting at 6 in the evening with famous artists joining in. Now in sports news, after 7 weeks of nail-biting rugby, Kandy Sports Club remained unbeaten in the Inter-Club Rugby League.
Navy Sports Club almost pulled off what would have been the biggest upset in 7 weeks of the Inter-Club Rugby League. But it was Kandy's thirst for victory which kept Navy at bay as Kandy came back in a last-minute shocker with a penalty to win 22 points to 20 at Sailors' home in Valisara. Defending champions Kandy led 14-8 at half-time. Kandy scored through 2 goals, 1 try and a penalty, and in reply Navy added 1 goal, 2 tries and a penalty. However, Navy had the game sealed in their pockets but gave away valuable possession in the dying stages of the game, and eventually a penalty costed them an all-important win against the defending champions since many ages. And they missed the opportunity to end Kandy's unbeaten run in the league.
And that is all the news for this hour. Join us again at 1:55 p.m. for the latest news updates, coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst Christmas Centre at the Echelon Square here in Colombo. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Abrar Abid. A very good afternoon and take care.